What up, people? It's your boy, Master Chudy, out here with another comic review. So we got Catwoman 25, tie into the Joker War, and here we explore the heist that both the Riddler and the Penguin and her engage in. And this time the cover is not false advertising. A man, a bird, and a cat walk into a bank, and of course this is a 25th issue, so yeah, we're gonna get some extra stories in here, but let's get to the main story. So, this is a pretty nice thing. We see Selena, trying to tame a tiger, and she's like, breathe through this a couple of times. You've done it before. Don't feel the beat. Don't count the beat, feel it. Any type of misstep or stumble, and you've got people who are waiting for you to slip up. But yeah, the art in the beginning is very nice, man. Very nice. Fernando Blanco. Excellent. Ram V is the writer. So Duende, that's what it's called. So we get to the main things before. She's basically moving this through her head as she cases this bank, which is where the underbroker keeps most of the money that he stole from Wayne Enterprises. So Catwoman has always been good at the sequential art, Nothing more needs to be said. So meanwhile, she's in contact with the Riddler saying that, hey, I'm clear, past the laser fields. I run out as times fly. And the basically it's funny, the Riddler is basically giving his riddles like saying, and Catwoman's like not having it, he's like, hey, patience. Over the weeks, I've infiltrated the underbroker's digital security apparatus, taken over their systems through innocuous apps and software right under their noses. The least you could do is have a little patience. So he manages to hack in, and Catwoman's here, already kicks my dude, takes him down with the whip. And, Catwoman's like, all right, boys, I'm in the server stack, patching you in the terminal here, Enigma. Your turn to be patient. Meanwhile, the Penguin here is like saying, hey, he's busy watching. He has this cough because his throat was slit in Batman 88. They mention it, so he's like saying, Carlton. He's like, kill some clowns from North. And he's like, yes, Mr. Cobblepot. So he just, manages to cause a distraction, blowing them off. He's got his patented bazooka umbrella, causes more destruction. And he's like, wah, as you can imagine the Penguin laughing. So it's like saying, there's your window, Enigma. That ought to keep the Joker's goons in circles. They're unlikely to be paying attention to the underbroker's office. But the clowns are all over Gotham like a bloody rash, and I won't have their attention for too long. So tick-tock. Tick-tock's like, and it's like, what's a gambler's victory to be found in numbers? Bingo, we're in. Now all I have to do is set up a transaction. And it's like, all that money the Joker stole from Wayne and stashed in underbroker's accounts, and money just from about every enterprising criminal in Gotham, all of it will be ours. And of course, hey Oswald, I've got a riddle for you. Tell me, why did it start raining money? So so it's like, it's about, he's like, it was because of change in the weather. Get it? Change in the weather? Yeah. So she's like, this is it. This is the moment. And, she goes back to what she was saying. And I like how, I'm surprised it's the same artist because, I would have thought it would be another artist entirely. But, very impressive. So she's going back to the tiger stance. You have to be careful. You gotta have the instinct flow through you. Duende. For a moment, I thought I could just walk away. But I'm here now. We're both beasts. You and I. You're mistaken if you think I've forgotten this dance. And so, basically, Selena betrays him, saying, sorry, boys, change of plans. And the Penguin's like, damn it, Selena, I knew you'd do this. It's like, of course you knew I'd do this. We're still cleaning out the underbroker. I'm just changing the destination of the account. Are you really surprised ill-gotten gains and all that? It's like, you forgot. I might be locked out of the servers, but I still patched the security system. And I'm locking down every exit and setting off every alarm. Good luck getting out, Catwoman. And so, Enigma's like, hey, you're going to have to fight these guys. And we get more great sequential art. I like that. Like a Z-shaped type of thing. Z, Z, Z. Nice. So you forget, Enigma, those blueprints you have of this building, I'm the one who stole them in the first place. You really didn't think I had planned for the head of this? You sure I didn't modify those blueprints to leave out an X out of your plans? Nice touch with the question marks, though, Enigma. I'm sure they'll never figure out who hacked their systems. And then, the Riddler freaks out. And he's like, hey, Oswald, we can't let him get away with this. You hear me, Oswald? And you just see Oswald. And so, she gets out, but the penguin's already there. So I say, he's a very intelligent man, Edward Nigma, but he isn't smart like you and I are smart, is he, Selena? I had my own people case this joint for X's just in case you got any smart ideas. And, that's Penguin. And he shoots Selena like, bam. So we go back saying that was, he's saying that, hey, just because I patched you up the last time you got shot doesn't mean that I'm gonna fill you with lead. And so I say, so I want the account details to where you transferred the money, or I put the next one between your eyes. It's like, you're not gonna kill me as long as I have the account number. And it's like, yeah, Carlton, go cause us for some pays. It's like, yes, Mr. Cobble. And so they get hit with a car, and it's Detective Hadley, who, I've fallen off this series, but I do remember him being involved with some of, Kalina's exploits, trying to track her down and capture her. He tells her the gun now. And so they start shooting at the car, realize he's bleeding, and, tells her to keep pressure on it, hang in there. And, once again, we get this nice scene of, Selena going back with her training of trying to tame this tiger. And, just as the tiger is about to bite, she wakes up. It's like I get 9 lives, basically. It's like, you can say that again. That bullet went clean through. Just had to patch you up. Sorry about the suit. Had to cut through it. And, tells her that she's been out for 10 hours. And, she asks, what are you doing here from Villa Hermosa? It's like, I had a pretty good thing back there. I was a good detective. Maybe a bit of a hotshot jerk, but a good detective. After the incident with the infamous Catwoman, they wouldn't let me near anything bigger than mail fraud. It was only temporary, they said, but they didn't get it. It wasn't about that for me. You're the one that got away, so need a drink. It's like, sure. And, he said that he kept tabs on you since then, Then he packed up and came here. I put in from a vacation and followed you here to this hellhole. I was going to arrest you now. I knew you had to be pulling a job back at Graves, Willick, and Crane building. I was going to swoop in and take you, but then they shot you, and Catwoman leaves, and he's like, she strikes again. Many people think that they might have a relationship. Who knows? But meanwhile, at Fox Industries, um, basically, he's like saying, we see that Lucius Fox gets into the limo, and it's like saying, hey, take me home. Selena's like, nah. He got a text from me this morning saying they have been changing plans. Saying, what's going on? And it's like, Luke, I've got a lot of heat on you. I got a lot of heat on me, and this is the only, and I don't have a lot of time. This is the only person I could think of for a private conversation. It's like, I'm a friend of your father's and Bruce Wayne's, and he's like, yeah, I know who you are, Selena. This should be easy. Yesterday, a large sum of money was sitting in the Grand Cayman account in your father's name. The details are in a flash drive in the glove box. Part of the money covers Wayne Enterprises' valuations before the theft. The other portion I wanted him to distribute to Gotham's low-income population. Oh, that's nice. And where did the other portion come from? It belongs to Gotham's criminals, so I'm just guessing. So I guess just return to the people they stole it from anyway. And she's like saying, they're gonna come after you. They won't stop until you're dead. And I said, see Batgirl, see back for where Luke goes after this. So yeah, this is right before Batgirl 48, not 88, as they say. And this is where she's like takes a break from the war, basically. And we get nice. We get her. We see her go back to Alley Town, and this is a nice story between some kids who want to be wannabe criminals, and she kind of sets them straight. And what I've liked about, okay, so this is still Ram V is still writing this. I was about to say, okay, the artist is John Paul Leon because I thought it was the previous artist because like I'm saying this guy has so many talents, but this is your classic Catwoman story. Some hoodlums trying to be wannabe thieves. Catwoman's like, hey, guess what? I'm kind of like the better thief. Why don't you get yourself on the straight and narrow? I found your hideout. This is my place now. And, she's telling them, hey, you can be a grifter. I'm the best grifter there is, and I don't need to kill. Or you can be a goon. And, she imparts some knowledge, and, he leaves. So this is where she'll be operating from. And, we see Cat versus Woman. This is her pretty much taking up another cat. The art, once again, artist Juan Ferreira is pretty good as well. Um, it's pretty much her doing her own thing, stealing, helping out people. This cat has seems to have a mind of her own. Really like how Catwoman's drawn, and they have this fight and they bond, and that's that. But the main focus of this, where I want to end this. No, I think I know where I want to end this. Yeah. Da 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 da. Yeah. Um, I'll end it here. But the main story, which deals with the Joker War, is not bad. This follows the Harley Quinn aspect, even though Harley Quinn was a very short and it was very inconsequential. Well, we just found out what she did to her neck. This one definitely had more weight. And I guess that Catwoman will not be in the rest of the Joker War since, they basically angered every criminal in Gotham by stealing their money. And, she's managed to get Bruce Wayne's money back to Lucius Fox. So Bruce Wayne will be back in business. And Graves' money is gone, so it'll definitely go to Gotham's poor. And then every single piece of money that the criminals of Gotham stole will go back to the owners. So she's done very good work, but she's definitely going to be on her own now. So I liked it. I'll give it an 8.5 out of 10. I had fun with it, as I do with as I do with most of the tie-ins. So thank y'all for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notifications to make sure you're notified. Once again, I do these reviews for you, the people, because I want to discuss good comics and get your views on them. Thank you for watching, and I should have more videos up tomorrow or later. Peace.